What's going on, everyone? What's going on, everyone? Make a quick video and all that bullshit. So I'm gonna have to be in Clark Kent mode for a minute because I've been doing a bunch of other shit on. I just I'm just behind schedule because of stupid hag. Anyways, so everything seems like it's mellowing out or whatever, provided she's not bullshitting me again, which she's bullshitted me a bunch before. So I'm still expecting a few more curveballs. And tomorrow's supposed to be the last difficult day of the month for me, a challenging day or whatever the fuck according to my horoscope. So there's gonna be something happen tomorrow I don't like. I can already tell. Anyways, so now, as I understand it, look, the bitch spent more time in Korea than she spent with her family. She probably calls like SM producers uncle and auntie and all that bullshit. This has like some fucking crazy SM bullshit written all over it. I thought it was odd. All the girls were doing like concerts, and even Yuna was shaking her ass on stage. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, I know they all like attention, but like, you all just did Forever One. To me, it makes sense. I'm not gonna name names. I don't know it all, but it seems to me like I can see Yuna putting in $100,000. I can definitely see Tiffany putting in $100,000. I can see Taeyeon putting in 100 or $200,000. I can see like Seojeon putting in like 50K. I can see Sunny putting in like 50K. You know, because they seem to be like Taurus and Cancer. They're a bit more conservative, right? So like, I think the 8 of them probably put in like $600,000, $500,000, and the rest of it is mine. That's what I think happened. And there's some SM loser who is behind all this. If it's anything other than that, I'll find out anyways soon enough. Okay? Now, um, again, I met this bitch as Stephanie. So if I had just not drank as much, I probably would have like, she never would have like made any of those things, and her solo career would have been her just popping out babies. That was supposed to be the plan. All right? That's still the plan, which is why I keep saying all her collaborating bullshit, we have to be done with all that, or there's no point in moving this thing forward at all. You want to collaborate with douchey losers, I mean, friends of yours and all that bullshit, whatever, I have to be, like, you don't understand. I've dated models, like, I pretty much only date models, not to be an asshole, like, ever since Amanda. Like, they want you, if they like you, they want you there at their shoots and all that bullshit, right? So she wanted me to be there at the thingy, and it's the other thing. She always tells me last minute. You have to tell, if it's international, you have to tell me, you have to plan it out with me. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but the reason why we have to do it that way is because if you really are a victim and someone really did trick you and sold you some fake crypto and all that bullshit, the fact that it's already been tracked down and is already being audited so it can be returned to the rightful owners is because of shit like I tell people 30 days in advance before I go somewhere. We can go to Guam's American territory, right? We can go to Guam all you want to. We can go to Hawaii all you want to. We can go to the Virgin Islands and the Bahamas all you want to. We can go to the Pinocchios all you want to. We just can't go to Korea unless you give me well, you can. I'm not going anywhere until you give me 30 days advance notice. So I would rather do that and make sure that my shit can't get stolen than appease you. Anyways, so you can't have it both ways this time, Miss Wang. Now, if she keeps on saying she doesn't say she's not. She just says I'm stupid for even questioning. But again, provided she's not talking to anyone else, which would make sense if she's like this pressed. People are telling me she's like having mental breakdowns over me and all that bullshit. I'm not trying to put anyone on blast, but no, I mean like before all this bullshit, like it really could just be that she was trying to help because I'm like it doesn't seem to make sense that she would do this maliciously. And again, like yes, she used my money to buy those shoes, but at the time, I was investing with her, and she was taking some money out to prepare for her concert thingy in Thailand. So whoever was behind, someone in SM, was giving her my money. And at some point in time, they had to seize her money too because of all this bullshit. That's probably, she was probably calling me indiscriminate because it's the, like, when I can't go into it all, but I literally allegedly hacked the Mormon church and exposed a bunch of information. Again, like up until a certain point, it's all about like family and everyone be nice and hold hands and pray together and eat dinner together and all that bullshit. And then you get to like a certain level with anything, and it's like, how can I make money off of these assholes and all that bullshit? Puppeteers. I'm gonna get into all that bullshit. But when I had hard evidence, like physical evidence, and I was like telling my mom about it and like other family members about it, or like even like again that stupid hack who told me who Wang was, I was like, I literally hacked the Mormon Church allegedly, and like have all this evidence that like people you look up to are like funneling tithing like what they were doing, and this is on the local level. I'm not even getting into like the Utah. I got like human trafficking. Like okay, look, every religion on some level is just a front for human trafficking. All right, I can't even get into it. They use orphanages and things like that as ways to sell kids. I just can't get into it. It's disgusting. I don't want to go into it. I literally like it's disgusting. But anyways, so what was I talking about? Mormon bullshit. No, but when I was talking about blood magic, like the blood oath is another example of blood magic because like instead of like spilling your own blood, you spill someone else's blood because you're trying to give them your karma and all that bullshit. But like the whole metaphor of Jesus dying on the cross, the Horus myth or whatever the fuck it was, is he's blood sacrificing his own blood because he's the strongest and all that bullshit. What was I talking about though? This stupid fucking hag. Oh yeah, on the local level. Okay, so this is just one of the ways they do it. You know, so I had caught evidence that they were essentially there was some bishop dude who was like a high priest, whatever the fuck it was, and he was making investments with the tithing, and if he made money, he would keep it, and if he lost money, he would like write it off as tithing loss and all that bullshit, which is like, I mean, at that's corrupt as fuck, but at the very most, you would think you would, when you make a profit, you would replace the tithing, but no, that's not at all. Like they would just pocket all the money. That's why it's like it's super. I can't go into it. It's super corrupt. The whole time they're like, "You better do what I say, or you won't get to the celestial kingdom." It's so bullshit. But anyways, so I had like hardcore evidence that all this bullshit was corrupt, and like they just like weren't listening to me. So like I was getting very much those same vibes from Tiffany when I was like, all this bullshit is fake. You got me into some fake bullshit. How long have you? And she had been doing this. She told me she'd been doing this for years. So like basically all of her money allegedly got stolen by someone in SM. Probably all of Girls' Generation because they've been doing this shit. Like as I understand it, K-pop is like converted. You like convert to K-pop the same way you like convert to Mormon. You like convert to K-pop, and then she's just been buying all the K-pop bullshit since she was like 15 years old. So like I'm surprised. I'm surprised it was this quick for her to wake up. Probably because the feds seized all the money and she had to work extra. But anyways, so before all this shit happened, I'm not gonna go into it anymore. Before all this bullshit happened, she told me she was gonna do the Thailand tour, the fan meeting in Korea, and I think she was gonna do peak time. I don't remember, and then she was gonna come back, and she was gonna move in with me. She was telling me she was gonna move in with me, and then all this bullshit happened, and probably they seized the money, and she had to do a bunch of bullshit. She was planning on doing some music shit, but again, I was like, again, like every like well, to me, what it smells like is whoever's controlling her money is like, damn. Because again, I think it was that fucker who I also met at Night for Freedom at the brunch because I didn't see that fucker there at the maybe I did, I don't know, but dude, I was all handsy with her at the party and whatnot. I guarantee you I smacked her ass a few times. It was sticking out. But um then at the brunch I didn't see her and there was some creepy old dude who was like trying to invite me to a party. I was like, well, fuck off, creepy weirdo. That was probably her agent or some bullshit like that, right? That's probably the motherfucker who's stealing all the shit, right? So that motherfucker probably was trying to get dirt on me probably this whole time to like use it against me on Tiffany, because like that's what people always do to me. Like look, I can't go into it. The way I got involved in the Donnie Brasco bullshit that I ended up doing for a while was because like a state delegate basically sat me down and was like, everyone thinks you're a piece of shit. And I was like, well, no one pays them to think. And he goes, yeah, we ran your background and you're actually just keep to yourself. And they gave this whole dossier thing on me. They were like, you're like an old school mobster. And I was like, what do you mean? They were like, well, the old school mobsters used to like, you know, run shit and then like give the money back to the community. Whereas criminals nowadays attack the community and use it on like drugs and shit like that. I was like, I gotta pay my bills. I'm just doing this shit to pay my bills. Fuck you think you want me to do? I'm working as a fucking waiter and I'm walking down to fucking, labor ready and digging ditches and shit like that for fucking $5 an hour. How the fucking think I'm gonna pay for all this bullshit? Anyways, the system's so fucked up. Anyways, so uh when this bitch is done with Korea, if she does anything other than come directly here, I'm fucking totally done with this bullshit. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore after that, because then by that time the money will be returned, and I'll have no other. I don't have any. Like, look, I 100% broke up with Tiffany. I'm done with Tiffany. Tiffany can go dance and sing and prance. I don't give a fuck. Tiffany can fuck off. Stephanie and me have a future. All right. I did not know that was I've been looking for Stephanie since 2018, and for some odd reason, that bitch just dyed her hair blonde and started walking around in 6-inch heels. All right. So I meant it when I said I believe if I invest in Stephanie and convince her to grow out her hair and put on some makeup, she would be hotter than Tiffany Wang. I meant that 110%. I meant that a bajillion percent. All right. So when you're done being Tiffany, hit me up. But if Tiffany does any more collaborations and all that bullshit, I'm done. If Tiffany does anything other than finish her fucking filming and come right here to explain all the bullshit in person like she said she was and not over texty and all that bullshit, I'm done. It's that simple. Because by that time, the money will be returned and I don't got to deal with this bullshit. Okay? I already have kicked that dumb bitch Tiffany to the curb. I'm waiting for Stephanie to come by. That's the best way I can say it. All right, Stephanie, take it easy.